He said that he believed in conversion therapy, and I hadn't come out to him yet. The first thing I said was something along the lines of, "Oh, really? So you would send your daughter to conversion camp and therapy as well?"
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh my. Ready to watch some stuff?
So ready.
I just feel bad for Eleanor. Her mother is such a flake. We should feel really lucky that we're just a normal family.
Oh,
What do you mean by normal? Just that we're like regular. You know, we're not causing scenes everywhere. We aren't embarrassing.
I don't know. Some things about me may be embarrassing to you.
Well, I'm not embarrassed by your robots or your weird clothes.
Okay, it does seem like you had those locked and loaded.
No. I love those things about you. I love everything about you.
Oh, really, girl?
You promise?
Of course. Where's this coming from?
I'm gay. Oh God, you're not saying anything.
Oh God, please say something.
You're disappointed. I knew you would be.
Fabiola.
And now you're making that face you make when the waiter says they're all out of the entree you ordered.
No, not the entree.
Disappointed.
Not the Karen.
She was really taken
just hit me
aback.
with something really
I did
big
not have
and
that
I'm
same
trying to
reaction with
process.
my mom.
Please, sit. I don't know what to say. Have you been trying to tell me this for a while?
Kinda. But I didn't know how.
Well, that must have been really hard. Oh, honey,
Here
I
come
love
the
you.
waterworks again.
And there is nothing that you could ever tell me that would change that. I just want you to be happy.
Really? You're okay with that?
Come here.
Who? I was ready to cry. Well, if I was a kid and I was like 6 or 7 and I saw something like this, like, it'd give me more hope than I did when I was a 6 or 7-year-old, just like feeling like I was trapped and confused and my whole existence was wrong. That's why representation matters, you know? My coming out was like very culturally influenced because, you know, being raised in a Filipino household where our main religion is Catholicism and growing up in a K-8 education where literally in textbooks, like, being homosexual or queer is a sin.
Oh my God, I may actually cry. So, I was adopted when I was like 16 years old, and growing up, I had my birth father. I was in the car with him one day, and he decided just randomly out of nowhere to bring up how he feels about, you know, LGBTQ community and stuff like that. And he said that he believed in conversion therapy, and I hadn't come out to him yet. And the first thing I said was something along the lines of, "Oh, really? So you would send your daughter to conversion camp and therapy as well? Like, that's what you want to do? Would you send me there? Because guess what? I'm f***ing gay too." So, yeah, that was that was the end of that one.
How did he react to it?
He went silent, and then we got home. No conversation. That was the end of it.
When I came out to my dad as bi,
Same.
he did this this very rapid blinking thing, like this.
Okay, you want me to write that down, or?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm out at school. It was honestly much easier at school than at home.
Me too.
And
I disagree with
and
that.
honestly, there's really
Catholic
no
school does
disguising
not support
myself
that,
as totally
baby.
straight, you know.
Okay.
I feel like for some people coming out is like a really big thing and like a really like comfortable thing, and for other people it has to be a lot more intimate and a lot more like with like one person at a time or two people at a time, or just like not as grand. And I think for me it needed to like not be as grand.
There's so many different ways that parents or family or community can react, especially your culture and where you're coming from can really play into a role of how you can come out.
The last scene, I definitely agree, you know. Because at school, people saw me as Gibby, and, like, they respected me, and I had, like, super good support system. But then when I would come home, I almost, like, lived this different life. So that was definitely hard for me, you know, like, for them to not use the right pronouns right away and stuff like that. And it was just always a constant reminder of who, like, I wasn't.
I don't want to have sex.
Okay. Do you want to have a seat? Not having sex is a valid choice, and you shouldn't have sex unless you're...
No, I don't want to have sex at all. Ever, with anyone. I think I might be broken.
Okay. Why don't you start by telling me how you feel when you think about having sex?
I don't feel anything.
Ooh, girl, she probably
I have no
asexual.
connection to it. It's sort of like I'm surrounded by a huge feast with everything I could want to eat, but I'm not hungry.
That's so funny. I've used that analogy so many times.
Do you know what asexuality is? It's when someone has no sexual attraction to any sex or gender. Sex just doesn't do it for some people.
But I still want to fall in love.
Well,
That's sweet.
some asexual people still want romantic relationships, but they don't want the sex bit. And others don't want either. You know, sexuality is fluid.
Yes, ma'am.
Sex doesn't make us whole. And so, how could you ever be broken?
Thank you.
Anytime.
I don't have
She's
like
so much better than
much
sex.
experience with asexuality, but I think that was like a sweet introduction to it.
I came out to my parents twice. They grew up very with more traditional beliefs and stuff like that, like, you know, marriage is between a man and a woman. And this was kind of hard for them to understand. I was going through a lot. I was feeling really anxious, and I was, like, starting high school. And, you know, I was, like, feeling really depressed. And, you know, my parents were really just scared for my mental health. They felt like they were losing a kid, but they didn't want to.
There's a lot of pressure around coming out, like that has to be a necessary step. I don't think that's always true. I think for a lot of people it could be like an unsafe situation or just like something they don't want to do, and that's fine. I think it's a very individual thing. So
There's like no right way of doing it. There's no like template.
Advice would be to just come out when you feel ready to.
Definitely make sure you're, like, comfortable and you're safe.
Just take your time and there's no rush. Really, like, you can come out when you're 30, 50, 60, 70. It doesn't matter.
And, you know, find a group of people who you know will be there until the day you die, and share it with them. And they will be, for sure, there to surround you with hugs and positive vibes.
Can I actually ask what it's like now with your birth father? Does he know?
I actually don't speak to my birth parents, so I'm not sure. He may. I think from that conversation, he kind of got the gist of it. I think he listened for the first time in his life, which is a wonderful concept. And yeah, I think he knows.